each actor has a different process, and you state something really fascinating. You say, I don't plot out each action and reaction, but I think, what are the possible emotional levels my character could experience? Could you give us an example, either from a piece of your work?
Well, you mentioned that first scene. You want to create an environment where you can even be surprised to yourself. So there are a number of possibilities in a scene like that, where you're justifying what you're doing, the lack of action, but then she's just a young girl. She could be my own daughter. You know, I was going through all those thoughts. But she's going to expose me and my enterprise, and she's going to kill Jesse, so this is probably better, and in the long run, won't she die anyway? Don't they always die? So you're going through all these things, but you don't necessarily know what you're going to feel at any given time, and if you try to push that, then it'll be felt, not only by you, but I believe the audience goes, you know, I feel like you're trying to impose an emotion on the audience as opposed to truly feeling it and trusting that if I just have to trust that if I feel it, that they'll feel it. And even if the feeling changes, like sometimes I'll feel like, no, I was sincere. There was a scene in one of the last seasons where I poisoned the little boy, right? And I didn't read the scripts until about a week before we performed them, because the twists and turns that Walter White was on were so sharp that it didn't help me as an actor to know too far down the road what was going to happen. So I just kind of tried to stay just a little bit ahead, just enough to know that if there was a question or two that I had, that I could address it to the producers or writers and be able to understand where it was. So while we were shooting an episode where Jesse thinks I poisoned the boy and comes to me and puts the gun in my head, and I tell him, go ahead, why would I do this? Why would I poison this kid? Who else would do it? Who stands to gain from this? I truly thought I was speaking the truth. It wasn't until the next episode that I start to read them, and I'm like, ooh. I did do it. Oops. But that's an indication for me that, oh yeah, this is the right thing. Don't get too far ahead, because if I knew I did it, then I have to hide that fact. Whereas if I truly believe it, so it helped me as an actor to know all I needed to know for that character's motivation at that particular time.